Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to win more fights. Let's get right into it. Peeking different angles is the first thing that's going to lead to you winning more fights. So for starters, your gun is on the right side of your person. So we always want to make sure that we're peeking to the right if possible. There will be certain scenarios where peeking to the left might be beneficial, and we'll go over those in a second. But 99% of your fights, peek on the right side of cover. You're going to take less damage. And let's be honest, how many times have you barely lost a fight and you see the opponent only had 10 and 20 health? Well, maybe if you were peeking correctly or on the right side, you would have won that fight. But I guess we'll never know. So, leading with that, guys, we're going to go over with two scenarios. The first, you did a great job. You peeked on the right side of the cover, you cracked them, you pushed, you won, and you're looking for your second fight. Congratulations. The second scenario we're going to talk about is you peeked right, got smashed, which is okay, it happens. But where you went wrong is you re-peeked the same angle. That makes no sense to me at all. Please, even if it means peeking to the left or gaining height, change the angle you're going to peek from so the opponent has to change his aim. I know it sounds simple, guys, but I see it all the time and it makes no sense to me. So please, from here on out, peek to the right and please change your angle. The second tip that's going to help you win more of your gunfights is attacking from different entrances. Now, this kind of piggybacks off the first thing, but let me tell you, it is just as important, if not more. By doing so, you catch the opponents off guard. And if you combo that with reacting fast and you have a good understanding of the map layout and knowledge, well, it's going to be GG's for your opponent. And just to make sure that I drive this point home, I'm going to show you a video breakdown to where I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So let's get into that. All right, guys, before we break down this next part, I just want to say one thing. Bait reses when you can. By no means am I actually trying to pick up Bloodhound here. And see you later, bud. So I know there's one left. We knocked and thirsted the Maggie, and we're still looking for that fuse. Here I get some okay shots. Not proud of it, but definitely not ashamed. 89 damage. I'm all right with it. I know he's almost cracked. Cracked him. Now I know he has to heal. Or he's probably going to attempt to. Remember what we talked about, guys. Peek to the right. He's not holding it. I think he's holding head glitch on Shuffle. So I'm going to be unpredictable. Kind of like we've been talking about this whole time. And bing bada boom. He wasn't even looking at us, guys. Easiest fight ever. Before we continue, guys, I just want to say one thing. If you're enjoying the video or have learned anything thus far, consider like and subscribing. It's free. And it helps me out. All right, that's all I got. Let's get into the next thing. Cracking enemy shields before pushing or repositioning is another thing that's going to help you guys win more fights. Now, again, very basic concept, but let me explain why it's so important. Well, for example, if you're playing duos and you crack one of them, well, now it's a 1v2 because more than likely, the enemy's healing and no longer has his gun in his hand, which is going to allow you and your teammate to take the more favorable position. And that seems to be a concept that not a lot of people understand. And the only exception that I've ever noticed with this rule is if you don't crack the opponent, but you're trying to close the distance, maybe because your current loadout doesn't favor the range you're at, you have to use nades. Throw an arc star where they're peeking. They have to hide behind cover, allowing you a couple seconds to rotate freely. So please, everybody, don't get punished for rotating for free, because then you're starting the fight at a disadvantage. And now you just moved closer to the enemy and you have to heal. Think about that next time. The next thing is something that I've personally struggled with in the past, and I know a lot of players who chase those high kill games struggle with as well. And it's not focusing on one fight at a time. All right. It's so easy to have a great start to a game and be so caught up in how many people are left. Well, how many kills do I have? How close am I to getting the 20 bomb? Because let's be honest, everybody wants a 20 bomb on their main, if not every character. So something to keep in mind though is I've bought so many great starting games because I've just W keyed everything. And when you do that, guys, you kind of just turn your game sense off. And instead of focusing on the fight at hand and playing that smart and strategically, you kind of just rush through it and you just try to outgun them. And sometimes that does work, but oftentimes, especially depending on what elo you're at and your gun skill, it's not. So keep it in mind next time, guys, that those high kill games, those 20 bomb games, take a little bit of luck and they will come. Just keep working. The important thing to note here is every time I've focused on just the fight at hand, or better yet, the task at hand, my games have gone a lot smoother. They've been more enjoyable. I don't get tilted and my KD has gone way up. So if those all sound like things that you want to happen to your gameplay, I suggest you stop worrying about everything else and just focus on the team in front of you, because at the end of the day, that's the most important. Because if you don't, well, you're going to be back in the lobby. We saved the best for last, and I honestly think, regardless of what I've said in the first 7 minutes of this video, I truly think this is the most important, and it's what separates great players from good players, etc. And it's having confidence. And one thing I love about this tip, or whatever you want to call it, is it's so important because you can't fake it. You can't lie to yourself and say that you're a confident player when you know you haven't been putting the time in, when your hands get sweaty, when you get doubtful mid gunfight. And it's something that has been really cool on my personal journey of grinding Apex to kind of experience. I've played sports my whole life, and I've always kind of had this understanding of confidence and how to build it. And it's been put as much time into something as you can and work on it, craft it, revise, see what else you could do. And one thing I love about this tip, guys, is I've been able to see it unfold within my own eyes that I'm not the same player I was 3 months ago. And then that player wasn't the player he was 3 months ago. I can honestly say I've never been as good as Apex as I am currently. And I'm proud to say that. And I hope you guys are all too. If your goal is to get better in Apex, unfortunately, there's nothing I can tell you other than pick up your controller or mouse and key and keep grinding. Keep dying over and over again. Find out why. What are you doing wrong? Are you missing your shots? Are you over peaking? You giving out bad comms? Are you receiving bad comms? Right? The list goes on and on. So many things happen in Apex, guys. And the more you play, the more you'll start to understand. And the more you play, well, the faster you'll be able to react. The faster you'll be able to be one step ahead of your opponent, which is going to ultimately allow you to win your gunfights. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I loved making it. I love making content, and I have a passion for gaming and helping people. So I'm super fortunate to be on YouTube. Like I said earlier, if you enjoyed it, I promise, guys, content is on the way even when you're hearing this. So if you want to see more, subscribe. Thank you for doing so. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and I hope you guys get 1% better. Until next time, I'm out.